Roof Savers. Save your roof, save your money.
You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Some much-needed rain is coming down across our area, giving our cars a nice wash from all this pollen. I'm seeing its actual color for the first time in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we see all those puddles outside from that rain, full of gunk in yellow stuff at this point, as we check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. Riley, how are we looking tonight with all of this rain heading into this weekend as well?
Yeah, guys, it's going to be staying weekend for you coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Riley. An intense manhunt after 2 teenage inmates escaped, causing panic and fear in Burke County.
It's been just about 24 hours now since 14-year-old Brandon Davis and 15-year-old Corinthian Newton were captured and taken back into custody. The teens were being transported between facilities when they were able to overpower a deputy and take his gun.
Just in the last hour, we learned both are now charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated assault on a peace officer with a firearm. This by the GBI, and we were told they will be tried as adults. They shot at 2 deputies several times. Thankfully, neither deputy was shot. One received only minor injuries. Our Nick Veland joins us now live at 5 in our studio. And Nick, what are those who worked on this manhunt saying?
Yeah, for those at the Burke County Sheriff's Office, their day started off normal. When a few deputies were on their lunch break, that's when things kind of took a 180. Around 1 o'clock, Jenkins County Deputy Milo Perry was transporting 2 teenage inmates from Jenkins County Jail to the Juvenile Detention Center in Augusta. He was driving on Mike Pageant Highway by McBean Baptist Church when the teens escaped. Still in shackles, immediately after, several people called 911 and deputies rushed to the scene to set up a perimeter. Georgia State Patrol brought in 2 helicopters. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office had drones in the air. Within minutes, a massive manhunt was underway, and the Department of Corrections brought JoJo the Bloodhound, who picked up their scent and ended up finding the 2 suspects in the shipping container. Colonel Pluger was leading the command center yesterday and says communication between all of those involved was crucial in this capture.
GDC was here, we had DNR, we had other local agencies helping us. Bullitt County came in, Jenkins County, of course, came. We had people from all over the state come and assist us. So it's just fielding those phone calls and trying to go over the radio and try to direct people to where they can be best to help us out to locate these suspects.
Despite all of the technology and resources involved yesterday, it was something a little bit more old-fashioned that resulted in the capture. More details coming up, all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks for that, Nick. After months away from the public eye, Princess Kate has announced she has cancer.
In a video released by Kensington Palace, the Princess of Wales says that she's undergoing chemotherapy. CBS's Ian Lee has more on this breaking story from London.
This, of course, came as a huge shock.
Appearing alone on a park bench, the Princess of Wales explained that after undergoing major abdominal surgery in January, doctors found cancer.
My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
Kate's last royal function was on Christmas Day. Next month, Kensington Palace announced she had undergone planned abdominal surgery, but would likely be back to public engagements after Easter. For nearly 2 months, there were no updates about Kate's health. Then last week, the palace released this photo of Kate and her children. It was quickly determined that it had been edited, which only fueled frenzied speculation and controversy about Kate's condition. On Saturday, she was spotted in Windsor in a video obtained by TMZ, smiling and walking with her husband, Prince William. In her video, Kate explained the absence of information.
It has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them, and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay.
Kate says she's feeling healthy, grateful to have Prince William by her side, and asks the public for time, space, and privacy while she completes her treatment. Kate's diagnosis comes as King Charles is also undergoing cancer treatment. With Prince Harry estranged in California, much of the royal duties have fallen to Prince William, whose wife says she is now focusing on making a full recovery. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Today's cancer announcement follows an alleged attempt to hack into Princess Kate's medical records at the London clinic where she underwent that abdominal surgery. Well, and more road work is set to start for the diverging diamond in Grovetown. There will be intermittent lane closures on Lewiston Road starting Monday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The work should end by Friday, weather permitting. While this road work is going on, expect delays and slowdowns while driving through their work zones.
SLED is now establishing a phone number dedicated to calls and information regarding the death of Malaysia Hogg. The 17-year-old was 9 months pregnant when she was found dead in Barnwell County February 18th. SLED was requested to investigate by the Barnwell Police Department. The tip line is right there on your screen. It is 803-896-0281. Tips can also be sent to SLED by emailing tips@sled.sc.gov. Of course, we'll be putting this on our website.
Well, take a look at this. A car smashed into a house this afternoon in North Augusta. This happened at around 1 o'clock on Old Edgefield Road, according to North Augusta Public Safety there. The driver and the passenger were both transported to the hospital with minor injuries. The house belongs to Our Lady of Peace Roman Catholic Church, which is next door. And we had a car hit a house out there in Columbia County a few weeks ago, last week, I think, as well. So a few cars hitting some houses around our area.
Yeah, after a car went into business just the night before. 2 Orangeburg facilities are shut down after they found to be illegally caring for vulnerable adults. Authorities say both facilities were unlicensed and locking up residents with no way to escape. Reports detail one of the facilities had adults packed inside locked rooms, some without beds to sleep in or any food to eat. There was also a malfunctioning natural gas heater causing a buildup of fumes inside that facility.
I have seen it, and no human being should be subjected to conditions such as those. It was absolutely deplorable.
Shanimia Montgomery, Estelle Hutchinson, and Tracy Wright are each facing charges after an investigation including the Attorney General's Office and the Department of Health and Human Services. These vulnerable adults have been taken into protective custody. Today it was an honor to be a guest for the Women in Philanthropy Luncheon, where they announced more than $170,000 in funding going to 17 local organizations. Now this includes the Boys and Girls Club of Augusta, Golden Harvest Food Bank, the Family Y of Greater Augusta, and Gap Ministries. The money will go towards these nonprofits and their efforts to help our community. Since its creation, WHIP CSRA has handed out more than $2 million in grants to 127 different programs.
A lot of funds go into some important programs in our area. Well, the rain made its presence felt during the second round of the Sage Valley Junior Invitational. Dan breaks down the lead changes and momentum swings next in sports. Riley.
And some of that rain could linger into our Saturday, but definitely not looking as wet as we get into the weekend. We'll have that full forecast next.
Time. If you travel with kids in the back seat, you want to keep them busy, but you may not want them constantly scrolling TikTok. I'm Jamie Tucker coming up with some better options.
First Alert Radar.
Jeep Ram.
Spring break is coming up very soon in our area, and that means you might be planning a road trip.
And long car rides can seem even longer if people in the car aren't occupied. Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker has some ideas on how to keep everyone busy.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
Whoever said half the fun is getting there never took a road trip with kids in the back seat. You need to keep them occupied, and you can with some clever tech gadgets and apps. They don't even have to be connected to the internet.
There are plenty of offline entertainment choices, educational apps in all of the app stores for kids of all ages. Now, if that doesn't fly with them, download a digital coloring book. My favorite is April Coloring because it requires you to color in the spaces by swiping your finger or using a stylus. Most other coloring book apps, you just tap to fill in with color. April Coloring is free for a limited number of pages. A monthly subscription is $10, and believe me, it's relaxing for adults too. And to keep them offline while watching movies and shows, Netflix and Amazon Prime both allow you to download videos ahead of time to prevent spotty internet from interrupting the shows. Borrow a few library books using the Libby app. It connects to your local public library, giving you thousands of choices. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Clementine, Nancy Drew, there's something for any age. And don't hit the road without Gas Buddy. It finds the best gas prices where you're traveling, but it also shows you information on the station from other drivers, so you can find out if the bathrooms stay clean before you pull into the pumps. And if everyone is on a device, you'll need chargers. Don't rely on the USB outlets in the car. They're not meant for charging and will be slow. Take along portable batteries or pick up a charger that connects to the car's cigarette lighter.
And you will find that the phones charge a lot faster, which is very important on the road and to keep everyone occupied. And the last thing, probably don't even need to say it, headphones. That's what the tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Well, volleyball is growing in popularity among all male teams, and some of them are getting very, very good.
Yeah, but there's just one issue. As Joshua Skinner explains, boys volleyball, it is not a sanctioned high school sport in Georgia.
Boys club volleyball has grown by leaps and bounds over the past several years, but the sport is still struggling to get sanctioned at the high school level.
You gotta want to hit more than you want to help.
Volleyball has been part of Kimberly Johnson's life for nearly her whole life.
Years and years.
And over the past 12, she's coached a sport at Harrison High in Cobb County that's not a sport.
GHSA doesn't recognize it as a sport yet.
She's talking about boys volleyball, a sanctioned sport in 36 states, but not Georgia.
I don't know. I really don't understand why.
It's unfortunate because this year Johnson thinks that Harrison's club squad, led by senior Pace Ellis, has a chance to win state.
I think we'll be top 3. I think we're taking it home this year.
There are 38 club high school teams across Georgia and growing, but sanctioning sometimes seems far away, partly because of stereotype.
It's known in the South as a girls' sport in Georgia. That's what most people know it as.
But according to Johnson, that notion needs to get spiked.
I would say that statement would have held true 2 years ago even, but now it's getting to be a lot more.
So with a growing number of boys, teams, and attention, it hopefully won't be long before Georgia serves up a new team sport.
It's a fun sport. The guys love to play it.
Now, boys varsity volleyball is a varsity sport in South Carolina after a vote in 2022, but again, not in Georgia, Riley.
Very interesting. I had no clue about that, but hopefully they can get that change for that team there. Hey, for tomorrow in Sage Valley, there's going to be the opportunity for some rain, but it's not going to be as wet as what we saw earlier today. Having a look at that forecast just after the break.
Say thousands. Tired of what you see at all those other stores?
Come see Weinberger's Furniture's new accessories. Check out the selection that changes daily.
See our huge rug department. Buy a beautiful rug, and if it doesn't work, just bring it back.
Can't decide what you need? We have stress-free in-home design. Our experts help you create customized spaces you'll love, right in your own home.
Can you really get all this at prices better than the internet?
Yes, you can.
Don't miss the hot together. Let's drive at Milton Rubin Chevy.
Drivebaby.com. Click, click.
Roof savers. Save your roof, save your money.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
2 teenage inmates facing new charges. They led deputies on a massive manhunt after attacking a deputy and firing towards law enforcement. And tonight, new details on the case.
But first we start with the weather. It's been a rainy day out there. Our First Alert Radar Network showing a very active pattern. And Riley, it doesn't really look like we're out of the woods yet.
Not yet, guys. I would definitely say anyone with evening plans, keep the umbrella close by. As we get into the overnight, this wave now moving north of Outlook in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. 2 teen inmates accused of attacking a Jenkins County deputy will be charged as adults. The GBI says 15-year-old Corinthian Newton and 14-year-old Brandon Davis are both facing 2 felony counts of aggravated assault on a peace officer with a firearm. The pair led investigators on an hours-long manhunt in Burke County yesterday afternoon.
Deputies say the 2 were leaving court and heading to the Youth Detention Center here in Augusta when they attacked Milo Perry. He was treated for a cut on his head and some scratches, but they say he's expected to be okay. But what followed was a multi-agency effort with drones, armed vehicles, helicopters, and more.
But bloodhounds on the ground were the ones to track down the pair. Nick Veland joins us live in the newsroom to explain how new and old technology work together to solve this.
Multiple agencies sprung into Burke County yesterday to help. A 4-hour manhunt led the suspects to being found in a shipping container off of Ponderosa Road. The sheriff's office gives credit for all those involved, and the MVP of the search being a bloodhound.
So that bloodhound worked out. It was amazing.
A coordinated effort to find two teens in shackles. Georgia State Patrol brought in 2 helicopters. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office had drones in the air. But once JoJo the Bloodhound got a scent and led the deputies right to Corinthian Newton and Brandon Davis hiding in a shipping container.
But when it came down to it, we utilized that bloodhound to help try to find a track. So it finds its track, and then eventually it found a sweatshirt that one of the suspects had actually taken off, and so that helps the track even better. And from there, it followed it right to the container where the juveniles were.
Colonel Pluger was in charge of the command center, making sure a perimeter was set and everyone was on the same page. Even when they knew the 2 escapees were still restrained, the search stayed strong.
They're going to try to run as far as they can, whatever they can do to get away. It doesn't really change anything. No, we know they're shackled, but we also knew there were gunshots that had been fired. So were those gunshots directed directly towards the deputies later on, or were they trying to shoot off their shackles and now they're not wearing them? So we take all that into account when we're searching for them.
And says if it wasn't for agencies coming in, some even without being asked, the search could have gone longer and even into nightfall.
We got one mission and everybody can come together and work together no matter what agency we work for to get things done.
The Jenkins County deputy who the teens are accused of attacking was released from the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. The Jenkins County Sheriff says that he's looking to return to work early next week.
Okay, thanks for those updates, Nick. Glad that it didn't turn out worse. That's
right.
Lucky.
Yeah.
New tonight, SLED creating a dedicated phone line for tips about the death of Barnwell teen Malaysia Hogg. The 17-year-old was 9 months pregnant when she was found dead back in February. SLED was asked to investigate the case by the Barnwell Police Department. If you have any information, the tip line is on your screen. It's 803-896-0281. You can also email any tips to sled@sled.sc.gov.
Also new, Richmond County deputies arresting one of 2 Glen Hills High School students accused of robbing classmates at gunpoint. 17-year-old Tyron Hope is in custody, but deputies say Kayvon Patterson is still at large. Earlier this month, a male and female student told deputies they were leaving campus. The pair approached them and stole shoes and some Apple technology. If you see Patterson, they say to call Richmond County law enforcement.
It is time for the Spring Aiken Steeplechase. The event is sold out. It means big bucks for businesses in downtown Aiken. City Hood joins us live from downtown Aiken. So, City, how are things looking over that way?
Well, it's a little wet out here right now, but that has not stopped folks from going in and out of these shops all day today. It's one of the biggest weekends for businesses here in downtown Aiken, and like Steeplechase, rain or shine, they are all open.
You don't have to look far to know spring is in the air in Aiken. Take a walk outside or pop into a local shop.
Us being able to interact with other people, people that we would normally see, and it brings a lot of people in from outside of Aiken. So it's very busy.
A welcoming sight.
We just love to see where people come from and be able to experience, say, this type of things with them.
A time to see people you don't see often.
Well, tomorrow will be another big day. Unfortunately, I hope the rain doesn't put too much of a damper on it, but tomorrow we'll be open.
A couple doors down at Epona.
It's setting us back a lot, but mostly emotionally.
There is no open sign.
For this time of year, we buy an extra amount of horse items and fascinators and just everything that people would buy and wear at Steeplechase.
But a fire now leaves them with empty shelves.
Between Restoration One, our company that's doing all our stuff, and Serve Pro, which is doing the building, we're hoping that they will get us all up and running sooner than later.
The goal is to be back and running this time next year.
You just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other and go forward.
So if you're looking for something to do after Steeplechase tomorrow, a lot of these shops downtown will be open, and they are ready for you, and they are ready for your wallets as well.
Maybe some of that rain will drive people in early to the shops and to the restaurants, so we shall see. Thanks for that, Sydney.
On your sideline.
Thanks, Dan. Jurassic Times call for drastic measures at the James Brown Arena. We're going to walk through prehistoric times with dinosaurs. Next on News 12.
Looks like great indoor activity with some rain chances continuing into our Saturday. We'll have that full forecast coming up. time. And next week, we're not really looking at a significant warm-up, but highs will be back in the low 70s Tuesday. Then another rain system shows up Wednesday.
Thank you, Riley. We are stepping way back in time to have some prehistoric fun. The Dinosaur Adventure back at the James Brown Arena. And just like they used to roam the earth, Will Volk roamed this exhibit to let you know what to expect this weekend.
James Brown Arena is now the land of the dinosaurs.
Sometimes the dinosaurs can be a little, misbehaving, but we generally keep them in line.
Joe Aholt is a dinosaur handler. Right now, he's holding baby Spike.
I walk around with the babies and teach the kids about them. And if they have any questions about the other dinosaurs, I can answer those as well.
He calls this experience edutainment, part education, part entertainment. In this part of the arena, you can see several different types of dinosaurs and find out information about each one.
They can learn about what the dinosaurs look like, how to pronounce their names, what their diet was, different fun facts about them.
The main arena floor is for entertainment.
We've got bounce houses, mini golf, dinosaur rides, dinosaur scooters. They can mine and pan for gemstones.
I tried some activities live on News 1226 this morning. I got on a bounce house
for little kids
and rode a triceratops.
Right, now I've never
it's got noises. Here at the arena, they're ready to give you the full dinosaur experience.
Who doesn't love dinosaurs? Everyone loves dinosaurs.
In Augusta, Will Volk on your side.
And now we know the scale of this exhibit. Those are large exhibits right there.
Yeah, pretty exciting times. If you have little kids, great spot to be this weekend.
If they're watching the news, you know where you're going to be this weekend.
Exactly. They're already hooked. Well, an Aiken mother is sharing meals of love across the river region. Stick around to learn how you can help a neighbor in need.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
My cost a little.
That's all.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
As living expenses continue to rise, it's no secret more Americans are struggling financially. New data from the Federal Reserve says more than 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. For some, they're making tough decisions to either pay their bills or feed their family. Here at home, a mother in Aiken County started thinking of ways to help her community. Taylor Martin hit the road with Meals of Love.
Shelby Cochran is a wife and mother who was just looking for a way to help.
And my husband and me talked a whole bunch, and he's like, "You're really good at cooking." He's like, that's your favorite thing, that's what you like doing. And it kind of just like snowballed from there.
It's where the Facebook group Meals of Love was born, helping anyone in need, whatever your need looks like.
Cooking is like love to me, so Meals of Love. Whether you're struggling, you're homebound, or you just had surgery, we want to bring that warm meal to you at the end of the day.
From comfort meals to healthy dinners, she delivers home-cooked meals to people across the area, averaging at least 15 deliveries per week.
It's lasagna, pasta. Today I'm cooking some chicken, because we do follow if anybody has food allergies or they're diabetic.
In just over a week, the Facebook group has grown to more than 300 members, some in need and some willing to help out. She says the Salvation Army of Aiken has even stepped up to fill in the gaps.
The meals I cannot get to, they help me. I go and pick them up and I deliver them, because I deliver all the meals myself.
As she's on a mission to get to as many people as possible, she says she needs the community's help spreading Meals of Love across the CSRA. And all you have to do is join the group. Reporting in Augusta, Taylor Martin on your side.
I love the idea of crowdsourcing that, getting other people involved. And if you'd like to help out or get help, we'll have the link to the Facebook group on our website.
Now it's happening this afternoon. The American Heart Association, the CSRA Heart Walk, just kicking off and leaving Riverview Park, actually, over there at the Sharon Jones Amphitheater. This year's theme is Superheroes of the Century. Here's a live and wet look at the amphitheater where the walkers just headed down the Greenway about 20 minutes ago. They're close to reaching their fundraising goal, about $685,000. They say they're about $113,000 shy, but there is time for you to get involved, even if you don't walk on a rainy day. Visit our website, WRDW.com, to find out more.
And heads up, due to the rain, some Easter events are being moved. The Burke County Easter egg hunt that was set for tonight, that's postponed. We'll let you know if they reschedule. In Aiken, their Saturday Easter egg hunt, that's canceled, but the fun will go on another time. The Easter Bunny and the treat bags will be available for you to still pick up at the Leslie B. Price Aiken Senior and Youth Center from 11 to 1.
And the rain is still pretty widespread on our radar now. We're continuing into this evening. We'll have another look at that weekend forecast just after the break.
Trust, Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale for your first alert.
More rain starts to move in by the middle of next week.
Thank you, Riley. Our next live update, top of the hour over on 26 News.
Then we're back with more News 12 at 11. We'll see you then.
At the CBS 80 News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
See thousands at the